What's up, everybody? I signed a $7,500 client for my AI automation agency. In this video, I'm going to break down step by step how you could do the same, from the outreach messages we sent to the outreach channel to the niche that they are in to the services we are delivering and how we're actually going to fulfill on those services. As you can see, we agreed on a $7,500 package, which is awesome, and they paid us about a month ago now, so the work has just begun. And I break down step by step a full breakdown of what we did and how I actually signed this client. I hope you enjoy. Watch the whole video and let's get into it. And this is the overview of the video. First, we're going to go over the niche that they are in, the price that we charge, the whole breakdown, and the actual services and automations we are building. Then we're going to go over to service delivery. How am I and my company going to deliver this service to this client? And then finally, how I landed this client, the outreach messages, the outreach channel, sales calls, all of the above. And if you guys don't know already, my name is Shaz. My company works with 6- and 7-figure business owners and content creators to save them time, increase efficiency, and use AI and automation to get to that next level, allow them to make more while working less. I highly encourage you to join the private Facebook group in the community where we post a lot of value, or if anything else, just hit the subscription on YouTube. I've never posted as much content in my life, and a lot of these videos are super valuable and will allow you to sign your first client or use AI and automation in your business in 2024. And shoot me a DM on Instagram. I would love to meet you. All right, so niche, price, and service. So as you can see, we signed a $7,500 package. It was $3,000 up front, so essentially on the call, we collected $500 as a down payment, then $2,500 to get started, and at the end, we should be collecting around $4,500, if I did my math right, once the project is actually completed. So the niche that they are in is real estate, guys. It's real estate. It's a rental company, a high-ticket rental company, which is super awesome because they make a lot of money. If they make a lot of money and we save them a lot of time, we're saving them a lot of money, and to do so, we could charge them a lot of money, which I'm about to get into. So the services that we're actually doing for this business are automation, systems, and organization, no chatbots. So on the internet, a lot of people are selling chatbots right now. That is very cool. You can make great money doing so. I personally have strayed away from that path, not for any particular reason, but I just like automation. I think it's a super powerful tool. And then systems as well. If a business has systems, it could scale as much as it wants to. And I think systems are huge. That's why we've really focused our efforts into building out systems, automating those systems, and then organizing those systems for businesses so they know what's going on in their business 24/7, especially when you're working with these massive companies that have employees, reps, and all types of stuff like that. They have to have organization, systems, and automations to really get to the next level, and that's what my company is focusing on. And guys, I'm going to break down literally the specific services we're doing here, so stay tuned for this. This is what allowed us to charge $7,500 to a client. All right, I want you to wrap your head around this. This is what we're doing to charge $7,500 for a client. All right, lead organization and send leads to agents. So organize all their leads in a CRM, in a sheet, whatever they want, and then send those leads to agents based on criteria. Property availability calendar. So they have a lot of properties, guys. I mean, a lot of properties. So they want a calendar that centralizes all of their properties and shows availability for all their reps and the business owner himself. So they don't have to scramble, text back and forth to actually find out availability for properties. And when someone asks, boom, they know the availability right away. Deal close organization sheet. So when a deal is actually closed, have a form that the rep fills out that goes to a master sheet that lays out the terms, the commission, the price, how the customer liked their experience, and all that other stuff. Automated testimonials, pretty simple. When someone checks out from the rental, from the actual property, send them an automated reminder to give a testimonial to the business and then store that testimonial. Sending out quotes for properties, and then contract writing, which is just service agreements, writing out those contracts using AI and doing so in a quick manner. So those are the 6 main services. There's a few other ones that we have to do that allowed us to charge $7,500 for this client. And this is going to save them 6 figures or even make them 6 figures because of organization, systems, and automation, guys. It's a massive project for them, and I cannot wait to actually get in there, start building it out, and really help this company get to the next level. Just allow this business owner to work less, but make more and grow his company. And here are some notes that you guys might want to know about this deal and this client in specific. So we priced each one of these services individually. So every single one of these services here has a price attached to it. So for example, we couldn't perform on one of them. We will just refund them amount of money. We basically packaged all these up and then gave them a discount to actually go ahead and buy them all in bulk. But each one of these services, again, has a specific price attached to it. This deal took 3 to 5 months to close. We're going to go over this in depth. I'm literally going to go over the sales cycle from outreach to Zoom calls to discovery calls, all this stuff in a second here. But this took a long time to close, guys. These higher ticket business owners and business is in general, they take a while to close because they're just very, very busy. This will open up a huge opportunity for us. This is a 7-figure business, guys, and working with a 7-figure business owner that is very, very well connected. So this is a massive deal for us. I'm super excited to not only work with them, but work with their partners and work with other people in their niche. It's going to be awesome. And then a 7-figure client is the best client. A 7-figure client is the best client. They don't worry about money. They just want results, and they want results quick. And that's the type of stuff that I want to do. I want to provide insane value as quick as we possibly can to higher ticket business owners that are not worried about price. Guys, I've really seen this whole thing break down to where it is harder sometimes to sign a $800, $900 client than a $7,000 client. It's pretty crazy, but when you get up to higher levels of business, people don't even care about price. They care about value. So if you deliver value, you could charge an insane amount of money, which is really, really cool. That is one of the best notes that I've personally seen when going through this journey and when working with this business owner and with this business in particular. And if you guys are one of these business owners, I'm extending a free AI audit to you. You can sit down for 20 to 30 minutes with me, and I will tell you every single thing that you could automate in your business using AI and automation tools. It'll be an awesome call. You get to meet me, talk with me face to face, and we'll break down what your business is doing and how you could get to that next level using AI and automation. All right, now we're going to go into service delivery. So I told you about the niche, the price, and the service. Now we're going to go into how we're delivering this service for this client. So I want to mention two things before we get into this section. One is that delivery is ongoing. I highly recommend you follow me on my social media, specifically Instagram, where I post updates about clients, or I post updates about things that I'm doing within my company that I don't post here. So you can keep updated with this whole process because we are still delivering the service. And finally, it's going to be my complete honest input because money is awesome, but you have to do the work. So it's going to be my complete honest input about signing high ticket clients and then actually doing the work. So service delivery is much better for us now. If you came from our last video a few months ago where we signed a $2,000 deal, we were a little bit, rushed, a little panicked because we didn't have systems in place. Now we're much better as we have service to many clients. A lot of back and forth understanding the client vision. So in service delivery, you have to understand this prospect's vision. Your client has a vision, and it's your job as the business owner to understand that vision, build out that vision, and then apply that vision to their business. So there's a lot of back and forth in that. There's a lot of communication that goes into this stuff. Many things go wrong. Just fix them quick. You have to put out fires. Fires will come up. Just put them out as fast as you possibly can. That's with any business, but especially high ticket where people are paying a lot. They're paying a premium. They want stuff done quickly, and they will have, problems to fix and questions to ask. So that's just how it goes. That's just the nature of business. And finally, clients are super busy. Again, when you're working with 7-figure business owners, they're busy as shit, guys. So it's hard to get them on the phone sometimes. This is a tip to you, work with one of the managers. Don't work with the CEO directly because, again, they're super, super busy and they don't want to deal with it. They just want to pay you and have you do it. Finally, set clear expectations. This is something I'll get into in a second. Setting expectations with business owners is huge. You have to set the expectation. One of our biggest expectations that I set is, hey, onboarding needs to happen, and it needs to happen very, very thoroughly. Like, you cannot just breeze through the onboarding because then we won't have the tools to actually do the work. So I sat them down and I said on the sales call, hey, if we're going to work together, I need you to complete the onboarding and need you to do it well so we have the tools and the resources and the information and understanding your vision so we can actually do the work. So setting the expectation, one, it makes our jobs easier. And then two, you earn some type of respect from the business owner because they're like, hey, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's being firm. He wants to do the best work he can, and he's telling us how we could make that relationship happen. So set clear expectations. Don't be scared to actually do this with the client. You're there to help them, and to help them, you got to be firm with them. Service delivery used to be like this. Honestly, again, for my first few clients, it was a very big headache. Now it's much, much better because I have a team, we have systems in place, and we know what we're doing. So if you're in this stage right now and service delivery is a headache and you're sweating and you don't know if you could perform, just lock in, learn, build systems, SOPs, documentation, and build a team, and it'll become much, much better. Trust me, I was here a few months ago. Now it's much, much better. Now, here are a few reasons why the service delivery process is so much better for us right now. One, we dialed in service delivery process and dialed in onboarding. I highly recommend you watch these two videos on how we do that. You could literally copy our framework about onboarding and service delivery process. So I'm not going to go too much into that. The videos will pop up on the screen and you can watch those. We organize all of our processes internally. In Notion, I organize everything. We set proper expectations, which I just talked about. We created SOPs and processes, which I just talked about, just creating documentation around everything so you could go step by step by step and follow the procedure. And finally, having a skilled team. If you guys want to work with me, we're always hiring devs. Please, if you are a skilled dev, if you know low code and no code automation, please apply in the link down below. I want to work with you if you do good work And if you could help us get to the next level, please apply below. But we have a skilled team now. That's just made stuff so much easier. So everything I've been talking about so far can be boiled down to a 5-step process. Don't overcomplicate it. Step 0 would be essentially doing outreach. 1 is project scope agreed upon. So they had a vision. We understood the vision. We wrote out the vision. And they liked it, so they wanted to hop on a sales call, which is 2. They hopped on the sales call. We closed the sales call, or I closed the sales call. 3, they liked it, so they signed an agreement. Then we collected the upfront payment, which is about 40%, and then we created onboarding. So that's the 5-step process about service delivery that got us to actually doing the service. These are like the predecessing steps, all right? And don't worry, we're going to get to how we did outreach, which is step 0 in a second here. Stay with me. So I've been talking a lot about service delivery, and our service delivery has been very good recently, and our clients have been happy. Now, the reason that they are happy is because we have a very valuable service. Systems, automation, organization, very valuable, plus least manual effort. They don't have to do too much. We handle a lot of this for them because it's a done-for-you service in a lot of respects. Again, we set the expectation that, hey, you have to do onboarding well, and once they do that, after that, it's not much effort on their part, which is great because they want the most value for the least amount of effort and the least time effort. We try to deliver this stuff as fast as possible, so if you could deliver a very good service that's valuable with very little effort on their part in the least amount of time possible, guys, you're going to get very happy clients that will pay you $7,500, that will pay you $10K a project, all right? So this is sort of an equation that will get you to happy clients. And when you get happy clients, you have a happy business because you could charge a lot. And I just want to mention this before we move on to outreach. I run a time-saving company. I cannot promise a client time saved and make the client journey time intensive. Again, I run a time-saving company. We do automations, organization, and systems to save people time. So if we're making this a very labor-intensive and long process, it's counterintuitive. How I'm going to promise you to save you time and then have you complete a 10-hour onboarding session? Like, that doesn't make sense. So make sure that your company's goals and what you're doing are aligned with what actually happens in your business. And again, guys, I break down all of my strategies on YouTube. I highly recommend you hit the subscription and hit the notification bell because I'm posting videos like this every single week. Now, what a lot of you guys are probably waiting for, how I landed the client. We're going to go through outreach channels, the messaging, and literally the step-by-step sales process of how this happened. These are the common channels that you could use to do outreach: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, cold calling, and cold email. I highly recommend you to pause the video and guess where this client came from. Please, guess where this client came from. $7,500 AI automation client. Where did we sign them from? Come on, man, you got to guess. We actually secured this client on Instagram, which is a really cool story. And this is how the outreach went. So first, I just DM'd them. Then I sent them a Loom video. Then we did follow-up. Now, I want to emphasize patience, guys. This took a while. And when I say a while, I mean a long time. I first reached out in August of 2023. They reached back out to me in October. So basically, this conversation went nowhere. I sent over a Loom video. They liked it, but they were just too busy. They reached back out to us saying, hey, are you guys still doing work? I said, absolutely, we're still doing work. Then we closed the deal in February. So from August to February, we were in back and forth conversation. And again, a $7,500 client is very rarely signed in like 2 or 3 weeks. It takes a long time, guys. You just have to stick with it, provide value, go back and forth with them, and eventually, if you have the best service and the best delivery process, they're going to go with you. Just have patience, please. And guys, this is some sauce right here. This is literally step by step how this deal went down and how the goals are shifted in my head from step to step. So first, the goal for me was to get on a call. So once you get a positive response on Instagram or wherever you're reaching out from, get on a call. Now, we actually did a phone call. This is not something I normally do. The client is super busy. He doesn't have time for a Zoom call. So I just called his phone and we talked about it. All right. Next, the goal for me was to get on a sales call. It's very hard to close a high-ticket deal over the phone. So what we did is after I called him multiple times and after we talked multiple times over the phone, I said, hey, man, if you really want to do this, if you really want to get to the next level using our systems, we have to hop on a Zoom call. So he actually took the time out of his day to hop on about a 40-minute Zoom call, which is huge for him because, again, super busy. It took him 4 or 5 months to get on the phone. It took a while, but in the end, it was worth it because we got on that Zoom call and we went over a proposal. You could say this was a sales call. All right. Finally, the goal for me on that sales call was collect cash, close the damn deal. So what we did is I closed the damn deal. So we got on the sales call, we walked through a whole presentation, and then I collected cash. And when I mean collected cash, I mean collect cash on the sales call. So you can see he Venmoed me a $500 deposit for a good faith deposit, which is refundable. This is what we do on every single sales call. If you want access to this actual sales call, pause the video and comment, I want to see the sales call, because I will release it, blur out the face and all that stuff. But yes, on the call, before he hung up, I said, hey, if you want to work with us, we're super busy. You have to put down some type of deposit today for good faith. And if you didn't want to work with us in the future after that, I would just refund this. But when you get commitment in the form of money, especially, it's a very big deal, and your chances of closing the client go up a lot. So I highly, 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 highly recommend on the sales call before they leave, collect some type of cash. It could even be $50, all right? But just make sure you get some type of commitment, some type of cash, because a lot of sales calls go nowhere because they just leave and they never come back. So get some type of monetary involvement from the client. And guys, that is how I signed a $7,500 client. You might be like, oh, that's so simple. Yeah, it's simple, but it's not easy because it's reps. It's learning outreach. It's learning a service. It's learning service delivery. It's learning how to close a sales call. So a lot of skills went into this. It is very simple. You just got to go out there and put your reps in, man. If you lose, if you don't close a sales call, if people aren't responding to you, it's part of the process. Don't get discouraged. It happens. But this is how I signed a $7,500 client to my AI automation agency. Please pause the video right now and ask me any questions. Is there something I missed? Is there something you want to know about? Because I will answer all the questions in this video so you could go ahead and sign your first or your next client. If you have more questions, I highly recommend you DM me on Instagram. I'll probably get back to you more here than in the comments on YouTube because I just don't respond to too many comments all the time. And business owners, if you want a free AI audit with me, I highly recommend you hop on one. It's 20 to 30 minutes of your time. You sit down with me. We'll make a connection. We'll go over every single thing in your business that can be automated using AI and low-code tools. It'll just be a great time and super valuable for you. Finally, guys, what's next, guys? If you made it to this point in the video, comment legend because you're a fucking legend. I really hope that you use this information, take action on it, and then come to me and say, hey, I signed a client from your video. That would be the best. That would mean the world to me. But please ask questions if you have them. Subscribe on YouTube if you want to. And DM me on Instagram so we could chop it up there and talk about where you are in your business using AI and automation to scale in 2024. That's all I have for you guys. I will see you guys in the next one.